Chariots flipped, shields shattered, and the valley plunged into chaos. Ramses suddenly found himself surrounded, cut off from his divisions, with only his personal guard beside him. It was the closest a pharaoh had ever come to death on a battlefield. But Ramses II refused to fall. In a moment immortalized in Egyptian records, he climbed onto his chariot, pulled the reins tight, and rode directly into the heart of the enemy. Arrows flew past him, horses screamed, but the pharaoh pushed forward. His bravery rallied his shattered troops. Just when the battle seemed lost, the Ta division arrived, sweeping into the battlefield like a wall of fresh strength. The tide began to turn as Egyptians roared back with renewed fury. Yet even with the pharaoh's heroic stand, the Hittites held strong behind their fortified camp. Neither side could break the other. Hours of fighting left the valley filled with broken chariots, fallen warriors, and swirling dust. When the sun finally dipped behind the horizon, the greatest chariot battle in history had no clear victor. But out of this brutal clash came something extraordinary. The world's first recorded peace treaty, signed years later between Ramses II and the Hittite king. The Battle of Kadesh ended in a stalemate, but its legacy reshaped diplomacy, proving that even the fiercest enemies can choose peace over endless war. In the scorching summer of 1274 BC, two mighty empires marched toward one city and walked straight into a battle so enormous, it would echo through history for thousands of years. The city was Kadesh, a strategic fortress resting beside the Orontes River. It was the gateway to controlling Syria, an ancient prize that both Egypt and the Hittite Empire desperately wanted. Pharaoh Ramses II, young, ambitious, and determined to prove himself, marched north with one of the largest armies Egypt had ever assembled. His forces were divided into four proud divisions: Ammonius, Ra, Ta, and Set, each carrying the sacred banners of the gods they represented. Ramses believed he was ahead of the Hittites. But he was wrong, very wrong. Unbeknownst to Ramses, King Muwatalli II and his massive Hittite army were not days behind him. They were already near Kadesh. And they were hidden. Concealed behind the hills, thousands of Hittite chariots waited silently, their wheels half buried in dust, their horses restless and tense. The desert wind carried no warning. Egyptian scouts were captured, fed false information, and Ramses marched confidently into what was becoming a deadly trap. Then, without a whisper of warning, the earth began to shake. A thunderstorm of chariot wheels erupted from behind the hills as the Hittite army charged with full force. They slammed into the Ra division like a tidal wave of bronze and wood. Soldiers scattered in every direction,